Hello everyone. Today we'll be learning about what is cybersecurity. Cybersecurity refers to any technology, measure, or practice for preventing cyber attacks or mitigating their impact. Cybersecurity aims to protect individuals and organizations' systems, applications, computing devices, sensitive data, and financial assets against computer viruses, sophisticated and costly ransomware attacks, and more. Cyber attacks have the power to disrupt, damage, or destroy businesses, and the cost to victims keep rising. For example, the average cost of a data breach in 2023 was 4.45 million US dollars, up by like 15% over the last 3 years. The average cost of a ransomware related data breach in 2023 was even higher at 5.13 million US dollars. This number doesn't include the cost for the ransom payment, which averaged an extra of 1.5 million US dollars, which is 89% off from the previous year. By one estimate, cybercrime might cost the world economy by 10.5 trillion US dollar per year by 2025. So let's see about global cybersecurity worker gap. The expanding information technology trends of the past few years, which include like a rise in cloud computing adoption, network complexity, remote work and work from home, bringing your own device programs, and connected device and sensors in everything from doorbells to cars to assembly lines. All these trends create tremendous business advantages and human progress, but also provide exceptionally more opportunity for cybercriminals to attack. Not surprisingly, a recent study found that the global cybersecurity worker gap, the gap between existing cybersecurity workers and cybersecurity jobs that need to be filled, was 3.4 million workers worldwide. Resource-trained security teams are focusing on developing comprehensive cybersecurity strategies that use advanced analytics, artificial intelligence, and automation to fight cyber threats more effectively and minimize the impact of cyber attacks. What are the types of cybersecurity? Critical infrastructure security. So critical infrastructure security protects the computer systems, applications, networks, data and digital assets that a society depends on for national security, economic health, and public safety. In the United States, the National Institute of Standards and Technology developed a cybersecurity framework to help IT providers in this area. The US Department of Homeland Security Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency provides extra guidance. What is network security? Network security prevents unauthorized access to network resources and detects and stops cyber attacks and network security breaches in progress. At the same time, network security helps ensure that authorized users have secure and timely access to the network resources they need. Endpoint security defines endpoints like servers, desktops, laptops, mobile devices remain the primary entry point for cyber attacks. Endpoint security protects these devices and their users against attacks and also protects the network against adversaries who use endpoints to launch attacks. Application security protects applications running on premises and in the cloud, preventing unauthorized access to and use of applications and related data. It also prevents flaws or vulnerabilities in applications design that hackers can use to infiltrate the network. Cloud security. So cloud security secures an organization's cloud-based services and assets, which includes applications, data, storage, development tools, virtual servers, and cloud infrastructure. Generally speaking, cloud security operates on the shared responsibility model, where the cloud provider is responsible for securing the services that they deliver and the infrastructure that is used to deliver them. The customer is responsible for protecting their data, code, and other assets they store or run in the cloud. Information security. Information security or InfoSec in short pertains to protection of all an organization's important information like digital files and data, paper documents, physical media, even human speech against unauthorized access, disclosure, use, or alteration. The data security, the protection of digital information is a subset of information security and the focus of most cybersecurity related InfoSec measures. Mobile security, which encompasses various disciplines and technologies specific to smartphones and mobile devices, including mobile application management and enterprise mobile mobility management. More recently, mobile security is available as part of unified endpoint management solutions that enable configurations and security management for multiple endpoints, like mobile devices, desktops, laptops, and more, from a single console. So let's see what are the common cybersecurity threats. Malware. Malware is like short for malicious software. Is an is any software code or computer program that is written intentionally to harm a computer system or its users. Almost every modern cyber attack involves some type of malware. Hackers and cybercriminals create and use malware to gain unauthorized access to computer systems and sensitive data, hijack computer systems and operate them remotely, disrupt or damage computer systems, or hold data or systems hostage for large sum of money. Ransomware. Ransomware is a type of malware that encrypts a victim's data or device and threatens to keep it encrypted or worse, unless the victim pays a ransom to the attacker. According to security experts, ransomware attacks represented 17% of all cyber attacks in 2022. Or worse, is what distinguishes today's ransomware from its predecessors. The earliest ransomware attacks demanded a single ransom in exchange for the encryption key. Today, most ransomware attacks are double extortion attacks, demanding a second ransom to prevent sharing or publication of victims' data. Some are triple extortion attacks that threaten to launch a distributed denial of service attack if ransoms are not paid. So let's see about phishing. Phishing attacks are email, text, or voice messages that trick users into downloading malware, sharing sensitive information, or sending funds to the wrong people. Most users are familiar with bulk phishing scams, mass mailed fraudulent messages that appear to be from a large and trusted brand, asking recipients to reset their passwords or re enter credit card information. But more sophisticated phishing scams, such as spear phishing and business email compromise, target specific individuals or groups to steal especially valuable data or large sums of money. Phishing is just one type of social engineering, a class of human hacking tactics, and attacks that use physiological manipulation to attempt or pressure people into taking unwise actions. What is insider threats? Insider threats are threats that originate with authorized users like employees, contractors, business partners who intentionally or accidentally misuse their legitimate access or have their accounts hijacked by cybercriminals. Insider threats can be harder to detect than external threats because they have the earmarks of authorized activity and are invisible to antivirus software, firewalls, and other security solutions that block external attacks. What is distributed denial of service, like DDoS attacks? So, DDoS attack attempts to crash server, website, or network by overloading it with traffic, usually from a botnet network of multiple distributed systems that a cybercriminal hijacks by using malware and remote controlled operations. The global volume of DDoS attacks spiked during the COVID-19 pandemic. Increasingly, attackers are combining DDoS attacks with ransomware attacks or simply threatening to launch DDoS attacks unless the target pays a ransom. So let's see the common and dangerous cybersecurity myths. Despite an ever increasing volume of cybersecurity incidents worldwide and ever increasing volumes of learnings that are gleaned from them, some dangerous misconceptions persist. First thing is strong passwords alone are adequate protection. Strong passwords make a difference. For example, a 12-character password takes 62 trillion times longer to crack than a 6-character password. But because cybercriminals can steal passwords, they cannot be an organization's or individual's only security measure. The major cybersecurity risks are well known. In fact, the risk surface is constantly expanding. Thousands of new vulnerabilities are reported in old and new applications and devices every year. Opportunities for human error, specifically by negligent employees or contractors who unintentionally cause a data breach, keep increasing. All cyber attacks vectors are content. Cybercriminals are finding new attack vectors all the time, including Linux systems, operational technology, Internet of Things, devices, and cloud environments. The next point will be my industry is safe. Every industry has its share of cybersecurity risks, with cyber advertisers exploiting the necessities of communication networks within almost every government and private sector organizations. For example, ransomware attacks are targeting more sectors than ever, including local governments, nonprofits, and healthcare providers. Threats on supply chains.gov websites and critical infrastructure have also increased. Cybercriminals don't attack small business. Yes, they do. For example, in 2021, 82% of ransomware attacks targeted companies with fewer than 1,000 employees. 37% of companies attacked with ransomware had fewer than 100 employees. So let's see about key cybersecurity technologies and best practices. The following best practices and technologies can help your organization implement strong cybersecurity that reduces your vulnerability to cyber attacks and protects your critical information systems without intruding on the user or customer experience. First point will be security awareness training. Security awareness training helps users to understand how seemingly harmless actions, from using the same simple password for multiple logins to oversharing on social media, increasing their own or their organization's risk of attack. Security awareness training combined with thought out data security policies can help employees protect sensitive personal and organizational data. It can also help them recognize and avoid phishing and malware attacks. Identity and access management. So, identity and access management defines the roles and access privileges for each user and the conditions under which they are granted or denied their privileges. IAM technologies include multi-factor authentication, which requires at least one credential in addition to a username and password, and adaptive authentication, which requires more credentials depending on context. Attack surface management. This is the continuous discovery, analysis, remediation, and monitoring of the cybersecurity vulnerabilities and potential attack vectors that make up an organization's attack surface. Unlike other cyber defense disciplines, ASM is conducted entirely from a hacker's perspective rather than the perspective of the defender. It defines or it identifies targets and assesses risks based on opportunities they present to a malicious attacker. Threat detection, prevention, and response. Organizations rely on analytics and AI driven technologies to identify and respond to potential or actual attacks in progress because it's impossible to stop all the cyber attacks. These technologies can include security information and event management, security orchestration, automation and response, and endpoint detection and response. Typically, these technologies are used as part of a formal incident response plan. So, the last one will be disaster recovery. It is having the capabilities often play a key role in maintaining business continuity in the event of a cyber attack. For example, the ability to fail over to a backup that is hosted in a remote location can enable a business to resume operations quickly following a ransomware attack and sometimes without paying a ransom. Hopefully, this is a good learning points, and please let me know in comments how you like it. Thank you. We'll meet in the next learning. Have a great day. Bye.